Hello everybody, welcome back to Pixie Woo. I always feel like I haven't seen you for ages. Today's makeup tutorial I'm going to do for you is of Julianne from the Oscars. She won an Oscar, she looked fantastic, so let me get on with it. So I've already moisturised my skin. I'm then going to take my Estee Lauder EE foundation. This one is in 01 Light. And then I'm going to take my Real Techniques sculpting brush and work that into my skin. Work that right the way into the skin. I've gone for this foundation because it gives a really dewy glow to the skin. It has got a high SPF, it's got an SPF of 30, but actually I wear it a lot and it doesn't seem to flash back at all. So if you're worried that a foundation will flash back, wear it, take a photo with flash and see what happens. But every time I wear this foundation, people say, oh, your skin looks good. So I think it's great for, I think it's actually great for anyone, but I'm nearly, God, how old am I? 30, I must be 34, so I'm nearly 35. I don't even know how old I am, how bad is that? And my skin is quite dry, so I get slight fine lines. Everyone always says, but you've got no lines. It's because the lighting bleaches it out a little bit. I do. When I smile, you can see them there. Not that I'm bothered by them at all, but this makes it look really dewy, so it almost works for the skin. Julianne is 54. It rhymes. Julianne is 54 and she looks phenomenal. So I'm pretty sure she uses a really nicely glowing foundation. Work that right into the skin. You're probably like, what brush is she using? This is a new one from our contour set. And this is the contour brush, and it's limited edition in Superdrug, I think. And it's in more places in America, and but I think it's limited in Superdrug here. I love it for foundation. So I'm just going to push it over the skin in any areas I might need a little bit more coverage. But I'm going to go in with a concealer anyway. Like I've got a few little blemishes around my chin at the moment, only little ones, trying not to squeeze them, which is quite disgusting, but it's really hard not to. I'm then going to go in with my Clarins Instant Light Concealer. This one is in 01. I've used it quite a bit, you can see. Small amount on the back of my hand. Then I'm going to take a base shadow brush. I'm going to start that around my nose and just pull outwards slightly. So anywhere your skin may need a tiny bit more coverage because the foundation hasn't covered enough. I'm going to take a little bit of that concealer just through my brow bone, just to give that an even finish. And I think as we get older our skin becomes less even, so we do need to use maybe a little bit more concealer, but make sure it's a concealer that is really lightweight, so it's giving you a bit more coverage and covering the redness that we may have, but it doesn't look heavy at all. I'm then going to take, I have a little like kind of bit that juts in here, so I take a little bit of my concealer just in there, because that can make you look really tired. Goodbye tired eyes. Now I have this Becca, this is called Under Eye Brightening Corrector, and it's kind of a slightly pinky tone. Before I put my concealer on, I'm going to run a little bit of this under my eyes, and hopefully the pinkiness from it will just stop the quite dark, you see how dark my eyes are under there, the pinkiness will just stop that from coming through. So basically, if you think back to when you were at school and you used to do colour theory, if you put a pink, or it would be if you put a red over a blue, it's going to counteract it out. So that's what I'm aiming to do. With a slightly pinky colour, it's just going to take away that darkness. And then whatever's left of my concealer, I just run that over the really dark point. And you can see I kind of kept the concealer away from this area here. I've just run a little bit on this corner because I get a little bit of redness there. So the rest is pretty clear. Now I'm not going to powder it, I'm going to let the skin do its own thing. Let the foundation work in, let it sit on the skin properly. I also then might see if it's come away, the concealer has come away from my skin a little bit where I might need more. So don't powder. Once you've powdered, you've sealed it into place and you can't touch it. I'm then going to move on to the eyes. I've got two Anastasia eyeshadows. This one is in Blanc and this one is in Soft Peach. I'm going to mix those two colours together. If you have one that's a similar colour to both of those mixed together, just go in with one. But I don't. So I'm going to mix those two colours together. And I'm going to run that right the way over the eyelid. So that's going to work as my base. You can use a primer if you find that your makeup moves. Mine doesn't tend to. So a primer would be this step. And what I'm doing is, as I'm mixing the two colours, any areas that I feel like this area here, I'm just going in with the slightly lighter one, just in that area there, to lift it. I don't want to make that look deeper, so by using a lighter colour it's highlighting it and lifting it out a little bit. Sorry, that was on a Real Techniques Bold Metal 200. I'm then going to go in with these two colours. This one is Anastasia Stone and this one is in Dusty Rose, because I want to mix those two together again. And I've got my Bold Metals 201. I'm going to start with them both mixed, the colours. Tap off the excess off my brush, and that's just going slightly through my socket bone, not too much. And the brush does the work for you. The brush kind of fits in there, so allow it to do it all for you. I'm then going to take a 217 and softly buff those edges. So this tutorial is for all ages. Anyone can wear this look, which I think is fantastic. Okay, my voice is going. I'm then going to take this Barry M eye pencil. This one is in number 28. And I'm going to run that all the way along the eyelid. Try and do it from an angle, pulling it across because it makes it that bit easier for you. I say, and then I go straight in like that. But at the start of the eye it makes it easier. And that just wings out a tiny bit. Also going to take that under the eye, so where your bottom lash line is, you're going to pull it outwards. So as if your bottom lash line were to continue, that's going to go there. You might find it easier to pull back when you get to the corner, like that. And then do the underneath as well. Halfway, so to about there. Then I'm going to take a brush. I've got a Real Techniques brow brush. I'm just going to soften that. So the pencil is quite a cold pencil, so it's really easy to move. And because I only want it quite soft. So you're going to really softly buff that along. How many times can I say really softly? Right, I'm then going to take a black eyeshadow and a MAC angle brush. I find the 263 is probably the nicest for this. And I'm going to, it's nice because it's really, really thin. I'm going to just pop a little bit of the black on there. And that's just going to work on the very outer corner, just to add a little bit of thickness and a little bit of a wing to the eye. If you don't have a jet black eyeshadow, then use an eyeliner, it's absolutely fine. And you're going to go about halfway across the eye with that. Now the reason that Julianne doesn't go all the way along the eye is because she doesn't want to close that eye in. She wants to make the eyes look bigger and more open on the edges. So that's why we do that. If you struggle, then just place your brush where that bottom lash would have carried on, if that makes sense. Exactly the same as I said with the brown. Place your brush there and then you're going to pull back, and that will tell you where that kind of flick should naturally go. Now the brows were really, really natural, so I'm going to take a little bit of Anastasia Brow Duo. This one is in Ash. Then I'm going to take a brow brush, clean brow brush. I've gone for quite a thick one because I want them to look soft. I'm mixing these two duo colours together. So if I was to go for a finer brush like this angle one, which is really, really fine, then my brows are going to look sharper, so they're going to look more on point, they're going to look slightly faker, which I love. But this one is going to keep them really, really soft. It's just going to colour them without them looking too fake. Okay, next mascara. I'm going to use my Hypnose Star Lancome mascara, which I love, love, love. It's amazing. A little touch of mascara on the bottom lashes. The skin, and then I'll do lashes afterwards, false lashes, because she has falsies on as well. Okay, I can look at the skin now. Let me go back in with my concealer brush and check that everything still looks good. Check that there hasn't been any fall down. Okay, now skin is so natural. I've got a blusher here. This one is a cream blush by MAC and it's called Britwit, and it's quite a plummy tone. So I'm going to take a small amount of that just on the very apples of my cheeks, not much at all, no contour. Contour sinks the face in so it can make you look more gaunt, so slightly older. So we're steering away from contour. We want those cheeks to look fuller and fresher. And then for lip, now the makeup artist used L'Oreal lipstick in Infallible, Unending Amber and Raisin Revival. I went to buy them and you can't get them in the UK, so those of you that are in the States or other countries, hopefully you can get them. We can't get them here. So I've bought two lip liners which I'm hoping will be kind of a similar colour. I went for Intense Plum, which is, they're in the same range, still by L'Oreal, and they're still the Infallible. Intense Plum 374 and 302, which I don't know how you say it, so I won't say it at all. And I'm going to start with the Intense Plum. I'm going to colour my lip in with that, but really softly. So that's definitely going to be too much, I can see now. So I'm going to take a shadow brush and just buff over that. Bring it down onto the lip slightly. But making it really, really soft. I'm then going to take the other lip pencil and then colour the whole lip in with that. So that's just taking the redness out of it and making it slightly plummer. It's exactly what I want. Right, back to the eyes. I have got these Tanya Burr Date Night lashes. Now I thought that Julianne wouldn't wear a full strip of lashes, but she did. I can see it on the picture. Now if you want to wear lashes but you're unsure about wearing a whole strip, then try cutting your lashes in half and using them as corners, or just individual lashes, because both look so beautiful. So allow my glue to dry, look down, and pop the lash in. Do the middle first, and then tuck the other two sides in. While the glue's drying on that, I'm then going to take a little bit of powder. This is the Clinique Transparency 02 powder. And I'm just going to powder the areas that if I was to have my photo taken I wouldn't want to shine. I'm going to take a small brush to do that. And this one is the setting brush. And it comes in the same kit as that one. And then you get a fan brush as well. So I'm just powdering around my jawbone. I'm going to take that a tiny bit around the nose and down the nose. And a little bit just on the forehead. And the rest of the skin I want to keep the shine. And there you have the finished Julianne makeup tutorial, which I have to say I really like. And I think it's great for anyone, all ages. If you do it, do send me an Instagram picture of it or a tweet, because I'd love to see it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and take care, and I'll see you next time, guys. See ya. Oh, also don't forget, if you have a look you want to do, or you want me to do, put it in the description box, because I'd love to know the looks that you're after. I think my next one I'm kind of thinking might be Rita Ora, because her makeup's looked really good recently, but if you have some amazing suggestions then let me know. Take care, bye!